Hey guys, Atlas Shrug 383 here, and today I'm just going to talk about my 2015 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack a little bit. Show you guys the car. Uh, it's my man toy, basically. So let's dive in. So my video is not going to go in much depth. I'm going to try to keep it relatively short. I don't really have any great content to share other than just talk about my car when I got it and show you a little bit about it. I've always been a car guy, sort of, like all cars. I haven't really been brand loyal to any particular one. But I ran across this car back in the fall, autumn, around September, October of 2022. The pandemic was still going on at that time and all that nonsense. But long story short, I got out and was just kicking tires around. My wife and son were with me. And I stopped at North Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a relatively new dealership at that time. And they had a red 2019 RT Premium manual. It was really pretty. It was red, of course. It had some graphic, I remember, on the hood. I thought the red just really popped. And it had the chrome heritage wheels on it. But it was a manual. And the salespeople there were really nice. I told them I'm not really interested in buying a car, but can I test drive it? And they were like, sure. And I love it when car dealerships do that, when they actually let the customer just like, ultimately they sold a car because of it. So I hadn't driven a manual car in years, and I drove that car and I just had a blast. It was the 6-speed Tremec, which this one also has, and I just really, really missed it. So I did a little bit of, wheeling and dealing on that car. It was very low mileage. I had around 8,000 miles on it. And they just wouldn't really come down off the price that much. I think that the numbers are escaping me here a little bit, but I think they were asking around close to $40,000 for it. And mind you, this was 2022. That was a 2018. Mostly for the miles and the heritage, and it was an RT Premium, and it had all the extra stuff on it. But I was like, well, I really enjoy driving this car. And then that's when they said, well, we have a partner dealership in Oak Ridge. They said they have a manual Challenger there. Would you be interested in seeing it? And at the time, I thought it was just an RT. So I was like, sure. So we rode over there to the Oak Ridge dealership, and I saw it sitting there. They had a couple of other Challengers at the time. And I noticed the B on the side, and I was like, oh, this is a Scat Pack. And they were like, oh, yeah. They didn't really tell me that. They just knew it was manual. So I knew the Scat Pack had the 392 Hemi. It had the bigger engine than the RT. And so long story short, I ended up buying this one. Now, this one had around 46,000 miles on it when I bought it in 2022. And I have been trying to drive this car and enjoy it as much as I can. So I do get it out. And now it's got about 55,000 on it, which is still not bad, but, I drive it. This car, 2015, is one of the earliest production of the Scat Pack. 2015 is the year that the Hellcat came out, and the Scat Pack both. I think they made some units in 2014 probably. Some early 2015 models probably came out in 2014. But this car was manufactured in January of 2015. So it was a very early month of that year manufacture. And it kind of shows. Now this car, it doesn't have anything fancy on it. It has the black top. It is the black top edition. So the black top edition came with the blacked out gas door instead of chrome, and a blacked out spoiler, which I've replaced with an SRT spoiler. But the original was also flat black like this, and it has the bumblebee stripe on it as an option. These are the wheels that came on them at the time. Even the Hellcats have these wheels. They're the Mopar lightweight rims. They're aluminum. And I really liked these wheels, to be honest. I've replaced the center caps. Now, the center caps are interesting. The original ones that came on it were chrome, and they just said Dodge on them. But I still have the center caps. They didn't really look good. I think these wheels had rash on them or something that they've tried to correct, but they had some paint flakes, like black paint overspray on them and stuff. They just really didn't look good. So I bought these Dodge center caps with they're gray and black, and I think they look better than the chrome ones did. This car has the 4-piston Brembos. Of course, these are the rear, and we'll go around to the front here. I replaced these brakes myself a couple of years ago. I went with the Power Stops. These are Power Stops zinc plated rotors, and there's my 4-piston Brembos. They've got Power Stops ceramic pads in them, and they don't make a lot of dust, which is really nice. The original pads that I had on there, they were really making lots and lots of brake dust. I've got these Continental tires on it. I am wanting to upgrade my tires. These are fairly small. They're narrow tires. I think they're the 245 series. They're not, yeah. See, the 245, 45 ZR20s. They're fine tires, and they're all season, and I like that. But I wish I had a little bit more meat on there. So that's the outside of it, and just probably see that. A lot of people probably wouldn't like that, but I put these little splash guards on it because I was just getting so much crap throwing up all over the side of it. And so I added those. Yeah, I mean, people kind of love it or hate it, but the blacktop edition also, I was going to show you, well, in the front, I'll show you this real quick. The blacktop edition, these little pieces in the grill on the regular Challenger, they're bright and they show up a lot more. The blacktop, they're kind of blacked out. The emblems are not blacked out, but these bars in the grill are bright. And I have opened up the inner lights, and I added these tunnels in there. They are open. And on the driver's side, I've added the Hellcat lower air box, so it actually has the snorkel tube that connects that to the air box. It's interesting on these early Scat packs. Well, really are all Scat packs. All Scat packs are RT Scat packs. There was a trim package called an SRT 392. Which actually existed at this time as well. I forget which year they quit making the SRT 392, but that would have like SRT logos on it. And I believe the SRT 392 also had the 4-piston brakes. I think they had an adaptive suspension, though, with the adaptive dampening and some other features. But Dodge really liked to play with the nomenclature a lot. Like if they add all of these different packages onto a trim package, and it gets complicated, but it is an RT Scat pack. So it's got RT badging on it, but then you get your B on the side. Instead of an RT badge, it's got a B, and tells you it's a 6.4. The rear of the car, I have done a little customization on it, I guess you would say. I took the chrome Dodge letters from in between the taillights and added this kind of a matte vinyl on there with the Mopar emblem on it. And I tinted the inner taillights. These are kind of a brighter, clear look, which this actually is the taillight and the turn signal. And I added some tin on there. I like the contrast with the dark and the red. I thought it looked pretty good. The Secret City is where mine came from. And also tinted out these lower reflectors. You can actually buy these with LEDs in them too. You can wire them up and have these light up. Mine don't light up. I just tinted them so they're not red anymore. And I've added a Flowmaster exhaust system to it. I'll crank it up and let you hear it. Sounds pretty good. It's not excessively loud, but got the splitter black tips, and mine originally, of course, had the Dust Buster squared tips down here. It's the rear resonators are deleted on it, and then it has Flowmaster American Thunder mufflers. Now I've blacked out the side marker lights. That's not tint. This is an LED strip with a smoke lens on it. But I think that looks pretty good at night. All right, so looking inside the Challenger, hop in here. See, I've got 3 pedals and a dead pedal. Actually 4 pedals if you count the dead pedal. 6-speed manual Tremec transmission. I've added a Barton short throw shifter and Barton shift knob. Or actually, this is not a Barton shift knob. This is from Shift Dogs. Name is escaping me. I've had some of these things a couple of years now, and I haven't barely even thought about it since then. But the shift knob has the Scat Pack B on the side, and that was one of the best upgrades I've made. Is the short throw shifter. Really made shifting smoother and a lot better driving experience. The plaque on the side over here just says Challenger below the vent. A lot of special editions have, you know, Demon or Hellcat or whatever, but my Scat Pack just says Challenger on the side. One of my buddies pointed out the seats in my Challenger, which maybe it's because it's an early production run Challenger. But my buddy's has, I think his is a 2016, but it has the B logo in the seat. Mine do not have the B logos in the seats or the startup screen. When you turn it on, some of the Scat Packs will have a B logo pop up, and mine does not do that even when on the startup. It has the Super Track Pack. Let's turn that off. There we go. It has the Super Track Pack options. Some pages. It's not the full performance pages that the SRTs have in them, or the Hellcats, or some of the higher trim Scat Packs. But you can see some additional gauges here, and some, I don't know, there are like performance timers and things. I have noticed that some of that has turned off. So it's actually a subscription service, and it's not worth it to me to even pay for it. You've got a sport mode here. If you hit sport mode, that will turn off traction control for you. And also it'll open up the active exhaust, which the exhaust has like a module in it that's electronically controlled. And on a cold start, it's wide open. But when the engine heats up, it kind of semi-closes for noise, I guess. But in sport mode, it opens those up completely. And of course, you can turn traction control off yourself here. And it's got dual zone climate. But it doesn't have, my Scat Pack doesn't have heated cooled seats. It doesn't have the adaptive cruise control that some of them have. It's got regular cruise control, just not the adaptive programmable one. Sound system, mine does have the Alpine speakers, but they're not that great. The sound system it's not terrible, but it's nothing to brag about. It's not the best sound, in the world. And guys, that's about it. I mean, that's the best. That's a good walkthrough for what this car is, and I'm cool with it. Let's pop the hood and take a look under the hood too. Basically, when I got this car, Challenger is a muscle car. I don't need all the luxuries. I don't need the heated and cooled seats and and all those things. I do think this trim looks pretty nice here. The console trim is kind of a bright, kind of metallic finish. It dents. Look at there. It'll dent easily. I think there might be another one over there, but you know, it looks nice from a distance. So here's under the hood. I had some vinyl when I bought my shifter. It's really nice vinyl, so didn't really know what to do with it, so I just inlaid it in here for my Barton shifter. I bought these off of a Facebook site with the Spartan helmets. That's a 6.4 liter, 392. Everything's stock. The only thing that you see here might be a few cosmetic things. Now I do have the lower air box is the Hellcat lower air box and the Hellcat air filter. It has a larger diameter opening at the bottom. Where most of the air comes from the bottom, and then some air, and you can't even see it, but comes through the snorkel on the front. So I added a BMR strut tower brace. I don't know. it stiffens up, you know, the chassis, and that's cool. I add a little bit of weight to the car, and this is already a heavy car, so I don't know if I'm really getting much gain off having that or not, but it kind of looks cool. That's one of the better ones. That's not like a Temu strut tower bar. The BMR is made in America. Very well made. Good constructed bar. I added an oil catch can on here, and you might have noticed too, just the covers over the covers on the heads. I painted those just so they would pop a little bit if I go to a car show or something is all. They're holding up okay. Yeah, I sprayed them with the kind of a metallic silver, and then I used a red stencil or a red pen. I used a red paint pen to put the letters on in red, so those are painted on, and then I sprayed clear on it. I have a little red oil filler cap, but these aren't, the engine is stock. Haven't changed the throttle body, haven't changed anything with that. So, and one thing you have with these cars is a really, really big trunk. Camaros and Mustangs, they're a lot lighter cars. They're more of a sporty car. They've got the handling, they're light, they're fast. Challengers and Chargers are big cars. You know, a Charger is basically a full-size sedan, which is almost unheard of nowadays. There's not many car makers making sedans like that, full-size ones especially, but this is a big car. It has a big trunk, and I like that. I frequently, when I go somewhere, I put a lot of crap back here. I have my car cover right now back here. I also have that BMR, the rear strut tower brace in the back. So, I mean, if I had better tires, maybe a little bit better springs on the car, you know, I kind of have the potential to make it handle pretty good. But it's just never going to handle good because it's such a big car. So it's kind of like, you know, why do that? I don't know. But I did. You have to cut the carpet to add these in the back too. I didn't really like that, but you had to cut the carpet, and then I added some carpet strips to make the cuts look a little bit cleaner, but they're a lighter colored gray than the main carpet. They're a little bit different color, so they stand out a little bit. Nobody really sees into my trunk, except for when I show the world on YouTube what it looks like, and then everybody can judge me. So so that's my walk around. You know, I wasn't really going to talk very long. I'm going to edit this and hopefully edit out some of my stammering around and everything. I always have that. So hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoy this car. It is really fun to drive. It gets pretty decent gas mileage, shockingly. You know, on the highway in 6th gear, I get well over 20 miles per gallon. And then around the city, if you're driving conservatively and not having too much fun, you can get 17, 18 miles per gallon, even in the city, going red light to red light. So you know, it's not really that bad. I've had a lot worse vehicles than that. Yeah, let me know what you think. Of course, these Challengers, they ended in 2023, so they had their last call edition, and then they were done. But my 2015 is not that different, especially in this lower trim package that I have. It's not really that much different. You know, you had your wide bodies, and this is just the standard Challenger, but they came out with all these different features, wide bodies. The Scat Pack 1320 was awesome. It had line lock for racing and more tunable setup and things like that. But I just cruise. I'm just a cruiser. I really don't. It's fast enough. I don't expect to win any races. I haven't raced anyone with it, so I just race myself when I want to get a pull in or two. So, all right. Well, take care. I'll get a start up on it and let you see how it sounds.